Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia and also the Steelers Dynasty podcast. You're probably thinking, we have nothing to talk about. However, in the Steelers world, there's been like one coaching change. We'll talk a bit about the Super Bowl and also we're going to talk about this billboard that was put up in Pittsburgh. Let me bring in the gents here. We have Bubba and Shane. Oh my goodness, look and fly.
What's all that about?
What's going on? What's going on, Shane? How are you, mate?
I was hoping to get more attention than old Taylor Swift did, huh?
Dude, they booed her something shocking.
Yeah.
Okay, without going into too many words and political talk, was she booed? Like, you can nod your head. Was she booed because she was going for the other party? I think that's right.
No, I don't think that as much. I don't even think that's the case, Mark. I think it's because people are just sick of her.
Yeah,
they just run her course. They're sick of the Taylor Swift and Kelsey, being pushed on them, and they just, a lot of the fans there were Eagles fans, and they don't put up with that shit.
Oh,
isn't she an Eagles fan though too? She was meant to be.
She's a Chiefs fan.
She was an Eagles fan because she lived out that way, I believe.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Afton says, "No, Taylor." Okay, I can see that. And look, you know what? If that was me and I'm a multi-billion-dollar billionaire, I wouldn't give two shits if someone were billing me in the stadium. I'd be like, whatever, bro. I'd go and get my high price crab cakes or whatever you got in there, or my $65 burger, my $100 pizza, and go, whatever, boo me all you want. Bubba, how are you, mate?
I'm okay. I just told you before I hurt my back tying my shoes yesterday, my sciatic nerve, but that happens when you get old. But I'm ready to talk Steeler football because that's the only thing that I know something about, because I definitely don't know how to tie my shoes anymore. So
you're on the injury report.
Yeah.
Did you pull something?
Yeah, I pulled my sciatic nerve just tying my tennis shoes.
Look, you have to start stretching before you tie your shoes.
I know. I know.
Over up and be like, do some jumping jacks. Then okay, here we go.
They do say that when you do the lightest things, you pull stuff. Like, we go to pick up a bit of paper or trash or whatever. You got to bend down funny, or you do a wrong movement.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Well, I had a guy in the Army go on profile. That means you can't run or rock or do anything. He went to the doctor. He pulled his back out. He left the stinker. He farted and his back went out.
I heard about
that. Can happen too.
He actually put it on a piece of paper.
I know people that have sit on the commode and their back went out, and they were there for like a couple hours.
Oh man, that's terrible. They'd lose a gasket then.
It wasn't me. I just want to put it out there. It wasn't me.
Well, that's pretty much the story of the Steelers' offseason and season so far, or this past season, was you taking a shit and blowing your back out. So,
well, let's start there, fellas. Actually, no, let's go back to the Super Bowl first. This is our last thoughts on the Super Bowl. Bubba, what are your thoughts about the Super Bowl that just happened?
I feel that we talked before we started. I feel that Kansas City got beat so bad. I don't know if we might not see them for a couple of years. I mean, they got destroyed. So I'm kind of happy about that.
And that score is not indicative of what the
no way, dude, no way.
Now it was what 36 to 6, or I mean it was a drumming. So I mean those last 22 points they're putting a third string in there to get a couple reps. They put in our old boy, Kenny, not Kenneth, right up there, but that Kenneth.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett. I find this funny too that Kenny Pickett is getting a lot of attention, but look, with all respect to Kenny Pickett, he got a Super Bowl, but there are now Steelers fans out there trolling the franchise, saying the franchise sucks and they should never got rid of Kenny Pickett. Makes no sense to me at all.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, they're dipshit.
They have no idea.
They have to be trolling.
So, I mean, I know I get finicky being a Steeler fan, but this is ridiculous. We didn't want the Dan Marino curse again, and we wasted a pick on him, and it didn't work out. And I believe that Kansas City Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes, all you got to do is put some pressure on him, and he falters just like Tom Brady did. So I think everybody now knows how to get to him.
Same game as the Bucks a few years ago. But with the Kenny Pickett thing, basically he was the second quarterback, and there are a portion of Steel fan base saying we should never got rid of him, but yet he walked away and they traded him to his favorite team. So I think it's not even Kenny Pickett's fault that he's getting backlash, or Kenny Pickett's fault. The trolls are saying the Steelers should stuffed up, when in reality this is Mike Tomlin's quarterback tree right now. So he's building it over there with the Eagles because he gets no flack for drafting players, and we just drafted a Super Bowl champion. Just wasn't with us.
Is that photoshopped?
I don't know. I have no idea. Is it?
Because his mouth is looks like he's smiling too much there.
Yeah, his hands look a bit weird too. They're
Yeah, look at his hand. Oh my God, his fingers are huge.
It might be. I don't know where I found it.
It kind of looks like Brian Burns in the eyes there. Look.
Oh yeah. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know where I found that. It just looks a bit odd. But yeah, Shane, what are your thoughts about the Super Bowl? You just kind of moving on. You guys did the live stream. How'd that go?
I'll tell you what, I put about as much thought into it as a post buffet crap. Like you just like. Come on, guys. It was great in the fact that the Eagles put just a butt whooping. It'd be different if the Eagles pulled one out. Then you would be like, oh yeah, Kansas City's pretty good. But no, they annihilated. And here's the thing, and I want to talk to you boys about this. If you look back to when the Steelers season start going south, it's right around that Eagles game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Eagles are a good team. So, do you not feel so bad?
Well, they versed the Chiefs. They versed the Ravens. They're great sides. They versed Eagles.
They were good. They were good, but they weren't great. And Eagles are a great team. They're going to go down as probably one of the best teams of the past 20 years. I'm thinking
it's funny to me because I think we all talked about the refs so much and Myles Garrett leading up to it. We didn't really focus on football. Everyone was talking about Taylor Swift and everyone was talking about actual, the advertising. And when you look at the game, because I did watch the second half and I went back and watched the highlights after, the Eagles' run defense and defense, like pass defense, was absolutely insane. To get six sacks and force Mahomes to do 2 picks, that won the game. Now, I think people in this day and age want to say offense win championships. You need a player like Mahomes, like Lamar. It's good to have them. It's great. But still, at the end of the day, defense win championships. That's what happened. The defense was absolutely wild. Gene says, Shane, your echo might be miking. Your mic might be echo. I don't know. See how we go with that. I didn't hear any echo, but it could be on the YouTube side.
Is that better?
I don't know. Do you hear any echo, Bubba?
I don't, but I can hear me. Maybe it's me.
Nah, it could be a YouTube thing. Sometimes YouTube plays up. But yeah, fellas, I'm good with it. Eagles are champions. They had a few riots and whatnot. I found out that someone told me like 40 people were injured or something, or 35 were injured, and 1 person died in after. That's pretty sad to me.
What, in a parade or the celebration?
Yeah, celebrations at nighttime, something like that. There was like quite a few injuries.
But I don't mean to be insensitive, but I'm gonna be. I mean, wouldn't that person have died in like 2 weeks from maybe like getting their, like falling and doing something stupid? I mean, you have to be doing something. If it was like a legit accident, I feel rotten. But there was a guy that climbed a pole and fell off. That's like crawling into a bear cage and wondering why,
That might have been the guy then. That might have been him.
Same guy.
Yeah, so JW says typical night in Philly. I just think it's kind of crazy that as fan bases and as people we do that, but that's just the way we're wired, aren't we? We're so wired up, and when a team wins, we celebrate and riot. If a team loses, we celebrate, we riot.
I wouldn't party like that though.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be out in the streets. I'd probably if we won, if I was in Pittsburgh or something like that, I'd probably stay at the bars. But I don't know if I'd be running in the streets. I'd want to be somewhere inside having a few schooners.
I'm not running anywhere, so.
You got to sort back.
Yeah, well, I can't. I'm not a runner, but.
So we'll move on from Kenny Pickett. Congrats to him and the weird AI photo that I found. I thought it was really him. I want to talk about some more news. We have Gerald Alexander. Fellas, he's coming back. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, I just saw that.
I did too.
Yeah. So he's coming back to be defensive backs coach, which means I think Grady Brown could be on the out. I've got one comment for you fellas, right? And I want to see your opinion on this, because in terms of coaches for me, the only real way I judge a coach is based off the players on the field and how they're doing, right? I have no idea if Alexander's a good coach. Do you know what I mean? Like, if Minka gets like 10 picks, then Alexander's a great coach. If Minka gets no picks, is he a bad coach? Oh, you're muted.
I don't know.
Like, how do you judge it? When I'm the furthest one away too, by the way. How do we judge it? How do we know if he's a good coach or not a good coach? Is it just based on the players and winning games?
I think you base it like it goes back. Did you ever see that movie Moneyball about the Oakland A's back in the 90s baseball?
Maybe.
It kind of transitioned.
So. Was that Kurt Russell? Was Kurt Russell in that? Kurt Russell in that?
Yeah.
Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Oh, Brad Pitt. Okay.
All the same white guy. So anyway, all those white guys look the same after 50. So seriously. So what you base it off of is I would look at the stats. I mean, you kind of got to have the players, but you base it off the stats. And the other thing, the other side of the coin, are the players receptive to that coach?
Okay. Yeah, right.
And look at our special teams coach.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the players love him, and he's getting them to play some great ball. And that's a special teams coach. You never talk about. When is the last time you've talked about a special teams coach? You'll talk about a defensive backs coach a lot more than that. But shit, I mean, that's what we're talking about as Steelers fans, because that's how deep we need to get in the weeds, start pulling to figure out what's going on.
So it's based on the players, maybe their scheme, based on their attitude towards the coach, based on some of those things, right? I just say it because I just want it hard, like on a certain scale, how would you grade a certain coach? Is it wins and losses? Mike Tomlin certainly gets that.
That would be more, I think, of your O-line and your defensive backs coach, your linebackers coach. Those are more of like a touchy-feely type of coach. Hey, we're going to work on this, or maybe they make a suggestion about a scheme to the defensive line or defensive coordinator, where offensive line coach will say, hey, okay, we need to do this, this, and this because we're going to run this play. But, that would go along the lines of the D coordinator, would be like, hey, but no, with these specialty coaches, quarterbacks coaches, receivers coaches, D-back coaches, I think it's more of, can they teach? Can they mentor? And I know they're professionals, but even the professionals need mentorship and coaching because, you've seen these guys have some bad games. And do they stay in that headspace? I mean, look at what was the offensive line kid, the Jackson, that had a lot of penalties, or even Porter having those penalties, multiple penalties. I mean, especially with defensive backs, I mean, they have to have the memory of a goldfish, right? We've talked about that. Remember, that was the joke we had a couple months ago. They have to have very short memory because you can't sit there and just dwell on that mistake. You got to move forward to the next play.
So Mr. T says, as outsiders, we don't have enough information to evaluate coaching, but that shouldn't stop us. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I understand that, like, they now, and Elwin says here, another good comment says, we've lost two of our best position coaches, being Grady Brown, which from certain interviews I did like how he's talking about the team, but I'm not knowing the X's and O's and what he does, right? So he's now apparently been rumored to leave or not on a contract, and Aaron Curry signed with another team. So this now fills that gap where those two coaches leave, and I just don't know if it's worth segue building this, right? Is it worth having a sign over by leaving two coaches, Shane? I'll stick with you for the moment. Is it worth having that amount of anger? Oh, we lost two coaches. With that, what are we doing still?
Well, you knew there was going to be a shakeup because they're not going to move Tomlin. So what they're going to do is, it's like the emperor with no clothes on, or whatever they call it. Like they keep telling him how great he is, but at the end of the day, they're just going to shuffle these coaches around. Oh, how much influence do they have? I don't know. I don't think they have a whole hell of a lot of influence. I think the top three would be, Mike Tomlin, who's the offensive coordinator, who's the defensive coordinator. Everybody else is just, not minions, but they're not middle management. They're not the CEO. And, it's different for every sport, but for football, those are the big three. And in college, offensive coordinators are making a shitload of money. And they are in the NFL, but this very pivotal role on the staff. So we'll see.
I'll put it this way. Let's pretend I was doing a video about breaking news. The Steelers have signed. Ready? Breaking news: the Steelers have signed Gerald Alexander, defensive backs coach. For me, that's where it stops. I don't know anything else.
It doesn't do anything for me because the pedigree that these coaches, unless they come in with a big pedigree, like if that had been Cornell Lake coming in, we'd been like, oh yeah, it's a former Steeler. Hey, we know he played good. But other than that, that's all we know. I don't know much about this guy.
Yeah, so he used to be on the staff like 2 years ago. I'm not picking on him. I'm just picking on the overall fact that maybe as fans we dive way too far into certain things with coaching and like X's and O's and like the Steelers have to get we want to get rid of Pat Meyer. Apparently he's staying, and we want to get some really good offensive assistants and bring in some good receiver guys. And all we really see is little snippets. That the receiver Azani, the coach who came in last year, we saw snips of him in training camp. It was fun to watch, like getting people pumped up, right? So I don't know. I find it interesting. Like, of course, they made the move now that Grady Brown is gone, I think. So he's coming back. But a lot of Steelers reporters said he was a new signing. That kind of annoys me because he was there like.
It's the same old stuff. It's the same old stuff because when Shane was talking about the three coaches, the head coach, the offense and defensive coordinators of the Steelers, it's all Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, 100%. So let's talk about that. As Blitzberg Owen talks about this, Austin isn't in DC. Tomlin is. No, I think Austin is Owen. But we'll move into the sign. Fellas, did you hear about this?
Oh, I know all about that.
The standard is mediocrity. Trade Tomlin or sell the team. Rooney, we've had enough. What are your thoughts about this, Bubba?
I know him personally. Kevin Adams Jr. goes to every Steeler game home and away. He spends more money than anybody I probably ever know or ever met in my entire life. He's a diehard Steeler fan. He's fed up. And on his Steel podcast, he explains it. I'm good friends with his dad. His dad sent me that same picture this morning, and I knew about it this afternoon, and it is big news over here.
Where's it at in Pittsburgh?
It's somewhere. I don't know what avenue, but I know how much it cost. It cost him $1,000 for 1 month, I believe.
What are your thoughts, Shano, about this? About the sign?
I think it needs Kevin's picture doing this, the thumbs up.
Kevin kind of looks like him because he has a beard. Kev has a beard.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean you're going to have this. You had this. This happened in Morgantown before they got rid of the last coach. There were people putting signs up that their coach needs to go. It's not a great look. It's not a great look for the organization. It's not a great look for Pittsburgh. When you have fans spending money, thousands of dollars, to go through the muscle movement of renting a billboard, getting someone to print it, getting someone's happy ass to go up there and put it up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's bad. That's and I'm going to read it for everyone. The standard is mediocrity. Trade Tomlin or sell the team. Rooney. We've had enough. Paid for by Kevin Adams.
I know his dad did my paint and my wires here in my house. Yeah. I'm good friends with his dad.
What's his dad say about this, Bubba?
His dad agrees. I mean, he agrees because Kevin feels he knows Steelers football. Okay, he's been a diehard Steeler fan all his life. Now he went to that Ravens game where they got shell shocked. So I mean, he saw stuff that we never saw, and it's probably tiring for him to see it every playoff getting shell shocked like we are. And he probably said enough is enough. And look, he goes to every game. He goes to the home and away games. I mean, and God bless him for that. But I wouldn't spend money on that. I mean, I would just say it, you know what I mean? But Art Rooney's not going to do nothing.
Would he come on the show?
He wouldn't. No, I've tried to get him on. He won't come on. He won't come on because he's so busy. I mean, I've talked to him personally. You know what I mean? He was just like Mark. He told me to separate my podcast on my YouTube channel. Him and Mark said the same thing.
Great.
And he has enough pull, ladies and gentlemen, that he can go. And I've seen this. He was on the field at Latrobe, walking on the field with like he was a big time person in the Steelers organization. Him and his dad, me and his dad were there on the other side of the fence. Kevin was on the field. So that tells you how important he is because he can get on without like sneaking on the field. I snuck on the field. He did not.
I can't picture you sneaking, Bubba.
I did.
Not with that injury.
Not
Yeah,
with
too
us.
soft.
No, I
All
get
right.
real slow.
Fellas, I'm gonna say my 2 cents on this topic, right? I think it's fucking pointless, to be honest. I think it's absolutely pointless. However, here's the reason why I think it's pointless. I also think that my opinion on what I think about the sign is pointless. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what I think, therefore it doesn't matter what the sign thinks. The sign is absolutely pointless. You drive past it, it's just like, oh, okay, we should Art Rooney sell the team. Art Rooney isn't going to see that sign and get scared and sell the team. He's going to roll around in his millions of dollars. He's gonna, Mike Tomlin is gonna get scared. I said to Kevin Adams in a tweet, like, we disagree on this one, but I'd still buy you a beer. But now Kevin Adams is getting roasted in the Twitterverse, which I think is unfair. At the same time, though, he made this sign to have a talking point, which we're talking about in Australia, in Pittsburgh, all around the world. So it's a talking point right now, and that's what he did. He did it on purpose to have a talking point for everyone to say Steelers should go, sign a new coach, trade Tom, whatever. But I said to him in a tweet, and I think he liked it or whatever. He's been a busy man. He's like overseas in Mexico somewhere, drinking sherbets, having a good time. But I think overall the sign's pointless. But I would love to see Mike Tomlin stand next to it. I'd love that.
Like go up on the catwalk and be right there.
Yeah, man. I'd love to see Mike Tomlin stand right under the trade part and have a big like Shane was doing with his thumbs up like that. I get what the Pittsburgh's. I've been dealing with the fan base for 4 years now over this crap. I understand people are frustrated, but is it really worth making a sign out after? Maybe not.
It would be really good, really good, and it'd probably be a slap in a lot of the Steelers fans' faces. Kenny Pickett coming home, getting a picture with the Super Bowl ring right in front of that sign. Maybe like this.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he'll ever come back.
Give him shit. I want to give him a little bit of credit because you know what? People shit on him. Some people land in doo-doo. Some people land in the roses. And he landed in the roses, man. God bless him. Good for him.
So Mr. T makes a good point. If you want change, we could stop going to the games, but teams share larger broadcast revenue, yada, yada, yada. That's a good point. If you want real change, maybe, and I'm not saying that Kevin Adams has to do this, but maybe don't have your tailgate. You're still making a big tailgate for everyone to join and be part of the fan.
He's making big money on that. And that'll never happen.
No, that won't happen.
Always going to go.
You can still, it's a bit like me saying I wasn't going to watch Super Bowl and end up watching second half. It's a bit of a cop-out, right? You make a big sign and you say we should fire the Tomlin and trade Rooney or sell the team. At the same time, you'll still have week one, you'll be there at the hometown cheering everyone on. So I think it's kind of pointless to have a sign, but
he's got the money to do. He's got the money to put that out there. He has the money to do that. Where I would never do that. I mean, I would say stuff, but I would never spend that money to do it. God bless him. He has the money to do whatever he wants to do. And like I said, he's going to go to every game because he's a diehard Steeler fan. He is a diehard.
I've seen his podcast. He's a huge diehard. I've spoken to him before in the Twitterverse back and forth. Seems like a good guy, good bloke. He just wants his team to do well. So hopefully he's frustrated. And maybe it's a bit of a PR move or whatever it is, but it's worked.
It'll get views on his podcast. We're talking about it right now. Mm-hmm. Everybody in Pittsburgh is talking about it. I mean, he doesn't care. Like,
you guys know where it is, exactly where it is on the.
I have an idea, but here's
I have
the thing.
No idea.
If it was hockey, that would really sting because at the NHL makes a lot of their money, their bread and butter from a game attendance because they don't have the big time TV deals. The NFL, Art Rooney could give two shits about that sign because, half the butts in the seats and he's still making money off the TV deals,
But what about if we still have the same effect in 4 years and we're still in the same boat?
Keep making podcasts. Keep going.
Well, I mean, if we're not winning playoffs or everything will come to whatever when we don't have a winning season, and then it'll.
I'm scared to see a losing season. I've never seen one.
You've never seen one?
I don't think
I have.
Like, maybe 2002, no 2003 was it the first one. So I'm kind of scared to see that because if they're crazy now, okay. So J-Devil says Browns fans, it must be. I can't hear the echo at all. It could be me actually. I don't know. Browns fans make Steelers fans look bad. Yeah, they root for their team and they're fucking shit. They're a terrible side. You know, you don't see any billboards that way. So yeah, overall,
am I echoing? I am.
Is it me? Maybe it's me.
Hold on. I'll leave. Hold on.
Now they're all gone.
What the hell?
No,
I can't
maybe
leave.
Can you hear me through my? It's Bubba.
It's Bubba. God damn it.
It's all
Hold
good.
on.
We'll figure it out. We're in a bit of a heater here. Apparently it's Bubba, Shane.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear the echo though.
Okay.
There's two windows open. Gene could be playing silly buggers with us. Anyways, we're back into it, right? So, sign-wise, it's Shane, fans are frustrated, right? They have all right to do this if they want to. They
Right.
can. It's fine. Do you know how long this is staying here for, though? How long
I
the
would say a
sign's there for?
month. The lease is probably for 1 month, so it would probably go from I don't know when it went up. So if it went up this week, I would say it'd come down, 3 weeks.
Okay. You back, Bubba?
Check.
Yeah,
Honestly-
Bubba, when did that sign go up?
Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday. So probably till March 10th.
Yeah. For me, it's pointless, but you can if you want to. You know, if you want to make a fire Tomlin video for 3 hours in a row and just say fire Tomlin, a million times, you can if you want to, but it's pointless. That's what I've now realized with the fan base. Like, everyone has their opinion, it's fine, but they're not going to sell the team. Rooney's would be dumb to sell the team. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry.
47 Roonies get money off of the Steelers. 47 Roonies.
That's crazy. 47, right? And they bought it back in the day for $2,500. So it's a worldwide business. They're now just going to Ireland. Like, I understand the frustration, what he wants us to do, but then you wouldn't have those chances to go to Ireland too. So I get it.
Are you gonna buy green Steelers shit? Are they gonna sell green Steelers jerseys and shit?
I got to find the date first. I don't know what the date is, but I'll be getting definitely a green terrible tower. That's for sure. That's for damn sure.
I'm just thinking about this billboard. I would be like, let's get the Steeler culture back. How about that? Please get the Steeler culture back. Please. That's what I would put.
Well, my billboard is, and I put in the comments for the goal if you do want to donate. My next one's going to be Bengals suck. So it's just Bengals suck. It just maybe put that in higher somewhere.
And put below that, put the Ravens blow.
No, I just saw like at the zoo they have they showed a video of this tiger like urinating out and its butthole like puckers up and shoots shit. They need a Bengal tiger asshole, and it's just say I don't know something about Cincinnati. Anyway,
can you do that? Could if I went to the Cincinnati Zoo, could I give enough money to name a tiger Bungle suck or Joe Burrow blows or whatever? Yeah, could I be able to do that?
I don't know if it lasts long in Cincy.
Throw enough money at them. Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd be mad.
Yeah, we need green terrible tail emojis. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So yeah, fellas, I saw it today. And I think the internet's going wild. It was on the news as well for the billboard. Shout out to your mate and your mate's dad for that. Like, it's sparked conversation, interest.
Oh yeah,
we know where we are though.
Any bad news is good news. That's how it goes. It's any bad publicity is good publicity, I guess.
Yeah. Trade Tomlin or sell.
And I'm glad he got the colors. I mean, they got Steeler colors.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean,
alrighty. Next topic of conversation I want to jump into is, speaking of green, is this bloke here.
Oh God.
So there's been a lot of reports going around town and rumors and betting sites saying that the Steelers are now rumored to land Aaron Rodgers for a contract. Now, before I get into the Deshaun Elliott's comment here on the right hand side, what are you guys' thoughts? I'll start with you, Bubba.
I'm just shaking my head. We don't need him. I don't know what quarterback we're going to have, but he is so. Give me the Aaron Rodgers of maybe 6 years ago, maybe not now.
Well, okay, wait a second. I'll play the game. Okay, because I'm thinking if you get him at a decent price, and he's a better quarterback in his prime than Russell Wilson.
Oh God.
Maybe. In his prime.
Maybe he is.
But what about now, though? Now, not prime.
That's just it. How much Aaron Rodgers do you have left, and how much you paying for that Aaron Rodgers? It's kind of like Ben. Ben 2018 was still okay. Ben 2020 still okay. I mean, you just need a little spark. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, good point.
And then he would be on Pat McAfee. There'd be lots of talk.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday.
Mr. T is on
Steelers
point.
talk.
He's a 3 for 3. For the fans who want Tomlin gone, root for Rodgers to come over, and Rodgers would get the coach fired.
He
Fair
likes
point.
Tomlin, but he likes Tomlin. Tomlin likes him too.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm.
This could happen, kids.
I just don't think it will. I think that'd be silly too. I think if you're going to go with an older quarterback, you go with Wilson, who played there last year, and who's a bit more mobile than Rodgers. And
Right.
Rodgers will get into the building, and he'll piss off everyone there. He'll throw his receivers under the bus. He'll go and
Does
do his
do that.
go and do his weed and do all his mushrooms and go on McAfee. I think he wants too much control. His ego's too high.
Would we
He
get
doesn't-
Devontae Adams too if we got him?
He's one play from the season. I think it'd just be like we would turn into the Jets. That's what the Jets thought they were one QB away from winning it all, and they stuffed their
Talk me.
franchise up.
You convinced me.
Right? But that wasn't too hard though.
That's too hard. I
don't
just for
want
one little bit, I'm like, maybe.
To
And
me,
he's got 200 plus odds too.
yeah, because we need a quarterback though. But to me, Rodgers, if you listen to his press conferences all last year and the year before, he's consistently throwing his team under the bus. He never take accountability.
That's the big thing
Um,
for me.
Never.
But if he was signed as a Steeler, would he throw Tomlin under the bus though at a press conference?
He'd throw everyone
He
under the
wouldn't
bus.
care.
Throw them all. It'd be the Rodgers show.
Wow.
I just think to me, I wouldn't be happy knowing that I've got old man Rodgers at quarterback with 42 years of age, been around town, and he's our savior. We've got so many other problems. This would be the first time in a long time being a positive Steelers fan as much as I can. I'd fucking hate the team. I would be like, are you fucking joking? You went and got Aaron Bum Rodgers near the end. I would be like, man, I don't know. I don't want to watch anymore. It would hurt me. It was hard enough with Trubisky.
Well, would Aaron Rodgers' Walker be black and gold or green and yellow?
Is Walker? I don't know. Jamie says Shane sounds like the high school football announcer. Can you do that, Shane, off the top right now? If you want to say
Yeah.
going, can you?
It's first and 10 for the mighty Mud Hens. Oh no, not Timmy McFuller. McFuller fumbled, and St. Mary's School of the Blind have the ball on the 2-yard line, but they don't know where the hell that's at. Oh, brought to you by Pappy's Pizza, the only pizza in Pottstown to give you the shits. Back to you, Bubba.
I got nothing to say after that.
Those dudes always remind me of like they announce the game but also tell their personal stories like in the same game. They're like, and my wife, by the way, she's been cheating on me, and another first down from Roger.
So this reminds me, Mark, of remember that time that Pottstown was playing? Well, I shit my pants in the deer blind.
Remember that girl when she was out catting around on us? Stuff like that.
Yep.
Like, see that moment that receiver just caught the ball? I got a handy on that field right then and there. And back to you, Jim. Anyways. Okay. I forgot where I was. That's right. Aaron.
Talk about announcers. Thanks, Jamie.
Aaron Rodgers. Not coming, right? He won't come.
I can't see it happening.
No.
I don't want to see that happening. And if that happens, that is the cherry on top of the Steeler organization that just is making some bleak decisions.
Cherry on top. That reminds me of that little custard stand down the road. If you want a good custard, go to Debbie Lee's Custard Stand in Butler on 68. Right across from the six-pack place. You can get beer, custard, and play some pickup basketball.
Have you ever done high school football commentary?
I have.
You'd be good at it.
I have.
Have you?
No, Pee-wee football.
I've done midget football, and I got the names wrong, and the parents actually came up to the
sixth
stand
grade,
and told me to announce their kid's name right.
Yeah.
And they were all Italian names with like
they're terrible.
names. They're terrible.
Pennsylvania, it's all Polish and Italian kids,
Yeah, and the kid wasn't even anywhere near the quarterback, and I was like, a sack by Penetowski, and he wasn't even nowhere near.
Yep.
Wait, why are you doing announcing? Is it on TV?
Oh no.
No, it's on like it has turf, AstroTurf. It's like a nice stadium. There's a press box. Actually, record the games too.
Oh, it goes out to the field.
Yeah, and you have a spotter, and he tells you who made the play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
And he'll say like number 5, and you have your sheet, and like number 5,
Oh,
Nathan
like old school
McMillan.
football, like in the movies, like
Right.
like that goes around the
just
grounds.
like that. Yeah.
I did that.
Okay.
I did it 2 weeks to help my sister out for the Homer City football, and the coach was making fun of me on how I was pronouncing the names. And I told my sister, I said, if he's talking about me, Cal, I said, I'm going to throw him right out of the press box. I said, I'm doing you a favor.
Yeah.
And he was making fun of me, and I'm like, Cal, I'm going to toss this coach right out of the press box.
It seems pretty cutthroat in the land of announcing. But that was a great job, Shane, what you were doing this time. You painting a good picture.
The better part is if they're making fun of you, take it to the extreme. Be like, oh, would you look at that? Mr. Sassy Pants just fell down. He looks like he has hurt feelings. I hope he's out for more than one game. Oh,
but I mean, when I
those
did it,
cheerleaders are fierce.
the guy's dad came right up to the press box at the open window, and he's like, hey, you better get my kid's name right. And I'm like, oh my God, okay, buddy. And that's when I said he was 10 yards away from the quarterback, and I gave him
What was the
a
name of the kid? Can you remember?
It was like a big, long Italian name.
Shitsy McFiddle?
Yeah, Shits McFinley. I was just making, it was just bad.
Shits McFinley.
Shins McFinley.
Shins
I don't know what
Shits.
Shit. I don't know what his name was. I have no idea, but
it sounded like Hulk Hogan then when you were like, brother. You know, that's the wrestling days.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So I'm like, I don't want to see Rodgers, right? But there's also another guy out there too. That top right box there, the Deshaun Elliott, also said this. I'm going to highlight it. He said this in a comment: "Leave his bleep at the retirement home." That's our safety.
Oh my!
Our safety saying that. Our safety said that. And it was backed up because it goes back to his link, his Instagram or his Twitter, whatever it is. And he wrote, "Leave his blank at the retirement home."
Look at. I want to read some of the replies. Look at the 270 likes it had.
Yeah, 13. Oh, yeah. I have to try and find. I can find it. Actually, I don't know where it is. Is that Twitter or is that? No, it's Instagram. Instagram. So, what are your thoughts about that, Bubba? That our safety is saying, "No, we don't need him."
So when they do sign Aaron Rodgers and him and Elliott get into the locker room, does Elliott kick him in the knee? Because that's good. There's going to be some fisticuffs if the Steelers sign him, because Aaron be like, "Hey, you were talking shit on me," and then Elliott's like,
I don't think there's
surely they can't.
I hope they don't.
No, he's a defensive guy. They don't even swim in the same lane.
Yeah, but they'll run into each other.
Oh yeah.
You fellas don't reckon that he knows something where the organization's going in a different direction, not going to get Aaron Rodgers, though? Like, to me, that says that he's part of the team and they're not getting Aaron Rodgers with that.
No, that makes me think the opposite, Mark. That makes me think that, hey, guys, don't even think about it. I'm on this team now, and I don't want his old ass.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying, like, no matter what he says, that if they were to go and get A-Rod, then they're just going to play makeup. It's a pretty big statement to say he's ass in the retirement home.
Well, he just called him out. Like, he just seriously called him out on social media.
I don't know. I think that, look, to be honest, the odds are here too. DraftKings, sports, whatever. He's like plus 200. Like, it's just wild to me that he's even.
Oh, come on, number 12. He's gonna be wearing number 12.
I ain't getting 12.
Well, that's the AI. That's the AI too.
Great.
And he looks younger in that picture.
Could you imagine, fellas, if he was like, if I come here, I want Terry Bradshaw's number?
Wow.
What he'd say?
Isn't it retired?
No.
No.
Franco's.
Oh, if he took Bradshaw's number, I would. Oh my gosh, this is great for podcasters.
Like, could you imagine if he was signed and the first point of like contact or problem was Aaron Rodgers arguing with the organization saying, "I want number 12," and he can't get it because Terry Bradshaw is like unofficially retired. What a good start that would be.
I don't think the number would be a big thing. I think if he wanted it and they wanted him, he'd get that number.
I hope they don't get him.
But that
All
would
right, no.
really piss Steelers fans off.
I think it would be a big thing. I think, but with fans, it would be a big thing.
With fans, it would be a big thing.
Yeah, if the Rooney said, "Oh, we're going to give it away to anyone," Aaron Rodgers, then that would not do the fans any justice, any favor. But to secure
Rodgers is a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah, unfortunately.
But he's had the last 4 years. He's been ridiculously terrible.
He's been sucking. He's been doing too many retreats. But if he were to come in here and he was like, and yeah, Roberto's with me too. We don't want Rodgers at all. If he were to come in and then the Rooneys gave him number 12, like already we're not winning playoff games where people are hating Tomlin. They would absolutely, and I could see it. They would hate the Rooneys for doing that.
There'll be another bulletin board right beside the other one. Be like, get rid of Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, because we complained about Acrisure Stadium getting his name changed from Heinz Field.
What were his stats last year? I'm gonna look them up.
27 and 10, I think, was TDs and 11 interceptions. But he had 40 sacks. To me, it's not really about stats. It's how does he fit into the offense, and I don't think he fits into the offense. I think that they're not a quarterback away or an old man quarterback away from winning a Super Bowl. They're fixing the D line. They're fixing getting a running back and signing a receiver. And playing better on offense and overall, to be competitive. But I don't think they're Aaron Rodgers away from winning a championship. I just don't think so.
Well, they might sign Harris back, from what I heard.
Yeah, but these are all these rumors. Though. I think there's business going around. I think agents start them too. I think they're trying to
You're
change
right.
the.
You're right. Absolutely. The agents will fuel the fans of the rumor.
Yeah.
Just sit there and blow smoke, and people will be like, "Oh, yeah, that's happening now." It's not.
I still like Najee though. I still like him for his durability.
Absolutely. But is it going to be worth the money to get him at $7 million a year?
Jamie's correct. Steelers front line is not good enough to save his old blank. It's not. It's not the best right now. So, and Toddy says no effing way. Rodgers gets 12. Yeah, it's this point in the season we don't have any news until about 3 weeks away from, I think March 11th is when they start to do the free agent signings. But There is the reports now that, I don't know if you guys heard this one, that apparently that Russell Wilson didn't want to come back or wasn't wanted back.
I heard that.
So, but then on the other side, you hear that he is wanted back. Like, there's so many conflicting reports that they're going around and around and around and around. There's
a lot of stuff going around. Even like Debo Samuel coming to Steelers. Like everybody's coming to Pittsburgh. I don't know why.
I can't play that game again. I'm sitting out. I can't play the AU game again.
You're not tapping in. You're not tagging in.
Not yet. Not yet. I feel like I'm like 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away from like playing that game. But yeah. because I see the rumor of Debo Samuels, and I see every other team's linked to him. The Rams, the Ravens, the Chiefs are linked. Everyone's linked to these players. So I'm not playing the game yet. I'm going to play
once
the game
again.
About 3 weeks ago.
Debo is like 3 years. 3 years ago, I'd have took him.
Yeah, he's a great player. He's a good player. So yeah, I think around this time now, after the Super Bowl, and fans are frustrated. We will see those rumors come up, and there could be some legit rumors that might be happening. But now it's like, okay, this person wants out of this organization. Oh, hang on, Steelers need that guy. Rumor, but nothing really, nothing besides this bloke is really changed.
Nothing. This is right now. This is no news for the last since the Ravens playoff debacle.
But let's play into it though, because if we sit here and say there's no news, we'll have no show. So let's play into it a little bit, though. What is one person, Shane, you think the Steelers should go and target, like realistically? Realistically, around the NFL, or is there a certain position they have to go and target really, really soon?
I'm going to really go strange. I mean, they don't need this, but my God, if they could pull that knucklehead from Cleveland and you had 2 edge rushers.
Garrett?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you must be high.
I'm just reaching like this is just crazy talk. Crazy talk. Guess he's gonna want a shitload of money. But I mean, just imagine TJ on bookend and the other bookend is Garrett, Myles Garrett. And you would have to literally take anxiety medicine 3 weeks before you play the Steelers.
But you wouldn't score anything on offense because it'd be like 7-3 games.
I know, but just imagine how many like defensive touchdowns. I mean, it would just be. I don't know. I'm just being nutty.
This
but
is the fact though. The Browns, they wouldn't trade to the Steelers because they'd be stupid to.
no.
Now, could the Steelers put aside that he threw a helmet at one of their players? I don't put that aside, but could they put that aside in a business sense? Yeah, probably. They could put it aside and bring him in. They brought in Larry Ogunjobi, who was part of it, but he apologized to Mason Rudolph. Now, in a real football sense, would that ever happen? No, probably never. To have one of the highest paid TJ and also Garrett on the other side would be insane. You know, but,
That's all. That's your whole salary cap just about right there, and those two guys.
I wouldn't. I still think that I think he's a bit of a loser for using someone's helmet as a weapon. And same too with Aaron Donald. He did the same thing as well in practice. I think it was just a loser mentality. Not a fan of that.
I don't like him, but I'm just saying this is an interesting conversation. So.
Oh yeah, if it were to happen, you'd be like, holy smokes, we've got Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. That'd be insane. But Bubba, would that ever happen?
No.
No.
Not gonna happen.
I say we don't sign anything on defense. We sign everything on offense, and defensively we draft younger interior defensive linemen. We get a nose tackle. We get a big, heavy set nose tackle, like second or third round, and then maybe sign T. Higgins. I don't know. Like let's try to throw some money out there to T. Higgins and try to make an attempt. Let's make an attempt.
Who's one player you think around the league right now that would be a realistic option for the Steelers to get?
T. Higgins, but we don't have a quarterback to throw it to him yet. So, I would put all that money into the offense because you have to. But also, two, we just saw the Eagles with their defense on what they did to Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know anymore. It's just the luck of the draw on how they play football and how they match up with other teams.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look at the Eagles. Look at how they reloaded. I mean, like Rich Smoke said it on our show. They're going to have to really. They're not going to do it this year, but next year they're going to rebuild. And he predicted it. Mm-hmm. That's exactly what the Steelers need to do. However, a little bit more of a rebuilding process because it's been a minute since the Steelers have been, competitive. But it can be done.
Yeah, for me, my guy would be like, I know it sounds not someone on the outside, but if they could sign them now, I'd sign the quarterback straight away. I think they need to sign a quarterback right now to just to say, oh, we've got this guy, then we can build around and find out who our identity is. Maybe we are jumping the gun too much. Maybe we've been out without Steelers football for so fucking long that we're getting tired of it. We want the process to start again. In that sense, that's why they went and got this guy back. They're slowly chipping away. But it does feel like that, because I think we look around the roster. I think right now we haven't got no quarterbacks, no running backs, receivers. Pickens could be traded away, apparently, 1 year on his contract. On the other side, you've got Cameron Hayward 1 year. You've got TJ maybe getting a contract deal, and go on the D-line. Like, there's no, we just haven't got any players in our team. Like, it's a very bare roster at the moment.
Did you hear what Debo said about Pickens? They asked him, and he said trade his ass.
James Harrison? Debo? Debo? Yeah. I didn't hear that, but I did hear that he's trying to fight Chad Ochocinco.
That's what I was just gonna say, and he's gonna he'll knock Chad Johnson right out.
I hope it happens.
I hope so too.
Yeah. Roberto said we still have Joe Moore. I think he's on some kind of
he's restricted, I think.
Restricted free agent. Yeah, he's like we offer the contract to him first, and I don't know.
But he's not been healthy all season though, too.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. We still have no running backs. There's quite a few players out. Like, have you guys done an episode about the free agents yet? Maybe we'll do that next week.
Okay.
We'll do that. We'll look over all the free agents, who they should keep and shouldn't keep.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a teaser because they have guys like Van Jefferson, Ben Skronik, Dan Moore, Nate Herbig. I think these guys are free agents. Yeah, they are. All three quarterbacks are free agents. Najee Harris, Loudermilk, Robinson. Yeah, next week we'll do that. Cameron Sutton. Oh, he's gone, by the way.
Who you keep? Who you get rid of?
Yeah. We'll start the process next week. This is more about shitting on Aaron Rodgers and talking about the sign. Because that was wild, dude. And yeah, we'll start the process. Because I'm like, we're still far enough away in this Steelers
Yeah.
thing. You know?
They're going to sign some people before they let them go to free agency, so they got to sign somebody here soon.
Well, I don't know if they can sign the free agents though, but they can definitely do contracts.
They're restricted. I think they can sign them before they go out to free agency. That's why they've been talking about Najee. So if they can sign him before he goes to free agency, they can sign him to a deal.
Yeah, well, there's guys like too. So Dante Jackson is a free agent. Kazi, James Pierre, Matakavich,
All can go.
Loudermilk. Yeah, guys like that. There's not too many. They just gotta run it back and get healthy. We just certain parts of the offensive line wasn't healthy this year. Sign Snell, 100%. That guy.
He had a good game against the Giants Monday night.
Who, Snell?
Yeah, he had a 100-yard game against the Giants.
When he was with us?
Yeah.
Benny Snell football?
Yeah, Benny Snell.
Anything else you guys want to add? And maybe what are you talking about tomorrow on your show?
Well, probably the
Before we
bulletin
go.
board, but we have a special guest tomorrow, JT Toth from the sports. What do we call it, Shane? So I don't murder it.
Sports. You have to put it up so I can enunciate it.
Sports Vival.
Revival.
Isn't it
Sports
Revival?
Revival.
Yeah.
Sports
Sounds
Bible?
like a Swedish disco band.
Yeah, he's going to come on and talk about the Steeler prospects in the draft what we need. So he's actually a draft guy.
The 11-0 start the season.
Yes, thank you,
that
Afton.
season.
Yes, that's what it
Sports
is.
Bible. Yeah, we got it.
Thank you, Afton.
Okay.
God bless you.
Scataboo, Matty Cakes. I like Scataboo from Arizona
is he
State.
Is he the big running back up here?
He's not super big. He's just very physical.
We don't need a running back in the first round.
He won't go first round. He'll go third round.
We still we need a nose tackle.
Yeah, I don't even think he'll
that's what I
go
want.
third round. We'll ask JT about where he thinks he's going to fall, but I don't think Steelers are going to pick him up. But I think Steelers are going to pick up a wide receiver in the first round or second round. We'll ask
So
JT.
Who's going to throw to him? That's the big question.
Skylar Thompson.
Yeah, at the moment.
Or probably Aaron Rodgers, probably, I guess. I don't know.
That's
One
why
of these
I'm kind of at, like, I don't know. If it's Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I don't want life to go fast, but I do want to know who's our fucking quarterback. Because for many years, it was always Big Ben. You ran it back. It was like, it's going to be a great season. And now it's like, we just don't know.
This
don't know
is
what the direction
this
is.
is the worst I've ever seen it where we didn't have a quarterback. And this is even with Bobby Brister and Kent Graham and, David Woodley. I'm going way back. Like, I remember all those quarterbacks. But we had a quarterback in the offseason that was going to be taking the ball from center. And this is the first time ever we don't have a number one quarterback.
Cole Allen, QB1, wake up.
He's not even signed.
Wake up.
I don't think
There was one show we did. I don't know if it was this show or was Steel Curtain Network. That one bloke in the comments kept telling me or someone in the comments to say that it was Justin Fields wake up. It wasn't Shane. It wasn't Shane because Shane was telling us in person to wake up for Justin Fields, but it was so funny. Wake up, Arch next year. I can't wait next year. I want to know now. I need to know now.
Well, hopefully they don't draft a quarterback this year then.
Dark says I'd rather Sam Darnold over Rodgers. Not that I want. I don't think either company. I think it's going to be Fields.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But if somebody takes Fields and gives him more money and the Steelers want him, but they don't pay him no money, what do we do?
I don't know. I have no idea. They'll probably go with Wilson. What if Wilson doesn't want to go with us anymore? It's crazy because you know what? Maybe they should have offered a deal last year when they signed him for a year deal. I don't know. The Steelers are in a really, really troubled situation right now.
Yeah.
Like they have no quarterback, no running backs. The receiver Pickens, they might trade him away.
Offense is like not even.
Troy
in the top
Fautanu
three.
is coming back to his second year, never played before. Roman Wilson never played before. They're going to draft again.
This is probably as bad as it ever has been in a long time.
Just the direction. Now come September, could be different.
But right now,
the overall direction of where you think the team's going is a bit like, tomorrow I'm on the round tree. I got to talk about that.
No.
What are the rock comes? Are you boys going to watch UFL coming up?
I will. There's no Pittsburgh team though. That's what sucks.
Yeah, I would. If there was Pittsburgh team, I'd probably make a channel. To be honest, I'd probably talk about it. But The Rock had a tweet out today, talks about the 54th player, like to step up. So
Wait, The Rock is like Dwayne Johnson, a Rock?
Yeah.
yeah, he owns the UFL. It's coming back. He says here, as an owner of the UFL, my goal was always to create as many opportunities as possible for all players to win on the field, in life, work hard, live their dreams, take care of their families. The grit and shoulder chip of player 54 culture is real, which means like the UFL is like the 54th player because the NFL has no room for them. I think that's the mentality.
Well, he did make $7 in Canada. I think he was sleeping in a street there when he played Canadian ball.
I read his book when I was living in Korea. I read his book and it was like, wow, that's amazing. This was circa 2002. I read it.
Yeah, he says, thank you to all UFL cities are hyping us up, rocking with us. Our players ball out, earn it one play at a time. And player 54, more what you love. So basically, like, because the NFL is the top tier, UFL is like the next tier.
His ex-wife is the brains behind all that, I think, Danny Garcia.
Mm-hmm.
She's very, very smart.
Yeah, so I'll watch it when I can, but there's no Pittsburgh team. There's only 8
No
teams.
Pittsburgh team.
The Maulers were part of the UFL.
There'll be some Steelers playing in there, some ex-Steelers. I always like
they're all over the shop. They're
Yeah.
all over the shop. Alrighty, fellas. Anything more you want to add to the show?
Hopefully we don't get Aaron Rodgers. That's all I got.
Yeah, I'll
Worst
be
things
sick
can
to do.
happen.
That
What's
is
he?
pretty bad, though. That's pretty bad.
We'll have a lot to talk about.
Because if he's behind, but if he's behind Frazier,
Wait,
our tackles will get him. He'll be killed in like the second play.
Shane
That'll
can
be
do
great.
Shane can do the high school announcing, and Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, would you look at that? Aaron Rodgers limping off the field. I think his ankle looks like a flip-flop. Yes, that is his ankle. His Achilles is up by his asshole, and he's dragging his foot, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what a sport. Oh, next up.
That's excellent. So good. Alrighty, fellas. Shane, Bubba, I'll see you. Or you guys will be on tomorrow afternoon. My afternoon, your nighttime, 9 p.m.
9
on
o'clock.
Steelers Dynasty Podcast, 9 p.m. talking all things Pittsburgh Steelers football and about the sign, about Aaron Rodgers, about everything else. So today's like a bit of a warm-up show. Not too much news going on. Maybe tomorrow you might get some news, but I doubt it.
Maybe we'll sign a quarterback tomorrow. Maybe.
We're in the downtime. We're in the relaxed time right now. So thank you, Shane. Thank you, Bubba. And thank you, everyone in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roberta. Gene was in the house. Jody. And also, thank you for being on both channels, too. On both channels. Darkstorm and Daredevil will do 2 more after in the house, too. Thank you for the 5 as well before. Maddie was in the house. And Mr. T made some good points today, too. So
Mr. T, I pity this fool we get Aaron Rodgers.
all right, see you later.
See ya.